Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another Spurs in the Saddle. It is a glorious April sunny day and oh my goodness, the world of football has blown up. I was tempted, but not that really, to talk about the Everton game during the weekend because it happened on Friday, but it wasn't that eventful. It was another disappointing game that if we haven't had Harry Kane, I God knows where we would be right now. Let's just hope his ankle is fine and he can play, if not against Southampton, but at least against City in the cup final, but we'll have to wait and see. However, what is a lot more exciting and what everyone is talking about is two things. One, Mourinho has been sacked. He has officially been announced that he's gone, and honestly, not that surprised. Mason and Powell took over training today, and we'll see how long that lasts for. Based on history, would assume we have someone lined up. But before I get on to that, I think it's not surprising that Mourinho's gone. Quite frankly, when he was coming in, I wasn't too excited. Last season was interesting, the documentary was interesting, but then this season was such a roller coaster with starting a bit poor, then being top of the league for a while, but then this year, basically after the Liverpool game, our form has been so bad that we would be 18th if we just counted those games, and honestly it's just been shambolic. Like, there's no desire in the team, there's no pressing. As I said, if it wasn't for Harry, we'd hardly be scoring goals, no one wants to do anything. It's just, there's a mix. He keeps chopping and changing the defenders. We just don't know what's happening. So, quite frankly, I'm not surprised. And adios, amigo. It was an interesting era, albeit short. But I will not shed a tear over you. But, it was what it was. We had to experience it. As for who comes in, I'm not sure. My ideal candidate in Dreamland would be Nagelsmann, Leipzig manager, because he's done a fantastic job over there. However, the Bayern job has just become available. Now, I don't know if he's going to want to do that or if he wants to come and join a team who is going to be part of the European Super League. If that goes ahead, we don't know. Everything's up in the air, but we have left the European Club Association, along with Liverpool and United, I believe. And we have been one of the founding members of this Super League, which is basically this elite competition or tournament style thing, which ideally will consist of, I think, of 20 clubs, and 6 of them are English. So it's 3 London clubs, Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal, the 2 Manchester clubs, City and United, Liverpool, and that's it. That's where the numbers stop. I was just thinking that, it just felt like it came out of the blue, and I'm pretty sure there would be some clubs who are pretty upset. I mean, West Ham, I think they're a big deal, and I'm sure they would have wanted to be included in this. Everton are, can't knock them. They've been doing pretty well this season, and in general, they're looking up, and they might be feeling that, especially that their Merseyside rivals are going even further and further away from this. But it's just very weird. I wasn't alive when the whole Premier League thing happened, but it sounds to me that a lot of this is very similar to that in terms of forming something brand new, breaking away from the norm, and pumping a load of money into it, like Sky did. It sounds very similar in some ways, and it's a little bit hypocritical coming from UEFA and FIFA that they're just fussed about this and whatever. But politics will always be in everyone's life in any shape or form. But what is interesting is if, they're saying that the players who play for these clubs and will participate in this league will then not be allowed to play in Euros and World Cups, and some domestic leagues are forcing them or might kick them out. It would be hilarious to see a Premier League without these 6 teams, but alas, we'll see. And it will be very interesting to see, because if these, there's so much money in it. There's, I think, £350 million going just per team. So that would obviously cover every Mourinho and COVID cost and you name it. Plus, if we get naming rights, I mean, who knows what will happen there. But what was the other thing I wanted to say? That sorry, lost my train of thought. Yes, players. So it'd just be very interesting to see, because it will obviously allow us a lot more to keep the likes of Son and Kane, because I think there was a massive doubt about how we're going to afford that, how we're going to keep that. We can attract more players this way if we do have this very, very, very elite competition. I'm not saying I'm pro or against, by the way, I'm just stating facts. But it would be very hard to imagine tournaments without a Messi, a Ronaldo, a Harry Kane. I mean, the England team would be unimaginable right now if these 6 teams, if we just look at the 6 English clubs, their squads comprise of so many fantastic players. The Belgian team, Belgian, English, you name it, they're all fantastic. And I would just be so surprised if there wouldn't be some kind of agreement reached. But we'll have to wait and see. As for a footballing point of view, I think it's outrageous. Personally, I think the money being pumped into this game was already unreal. And they're just throwing more at it is unreal. I think Joe, Lewis and Levy didn't really leave. He didn't have a choice in the sense that they can't be left behind in this whole situation because, we had to go with them. I'm sorry, my hand is getting tired. We couldn't be left behind, so we have to establish ourselves within this. And but footballing wise, it's just it's creating more and more of an elite thing, and I just feel like it's getting more and more surreal. I'm feeling like it's further and further away from the sport I love and feeling connected to everything. I'm gonna have to switch hands. Oh gosh, but then my finger's in the way. One sec. We'll do. What did I want to say? And then I was thinking, that's fine, I'll just follow the women's football a bit more. But it turns out they want to implement this for the women as well, even though they have the WSL, which is literally called the Women's Super League. They want to fast track this and have the same kind of format for the women. So I just don't even know. I really, really don't even know what's going to happen, how it's going to pan out. But apparently it's happening. So, we'll see. We don't know. It'll be interesting. It definitely will change the face of football. I know a lot of people are not happy about this. The Trust ain't happy about this. A lot of other supporters clubs aren't happy about this, and Trusts and you name it. Gary Neville's been very, very opinionated about this. So if you want to turn around, you can, love. But we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I know this has been a little bit of a ramble, but hey, it's been a while. We need to catch up from time to time, don't we? And, onwards and upwards. Let's hope Southampton goes well, and let's hope the cup final on Sunday against City goes well, because quite frankly, if we would have went in there with Mourinho, I would have not been optimistic at all. With the current form and all that, it's just not looking likely. However, now maybe a little bit better. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about Mourinho, the Super League, our form, the looking ahead to the cup final, all in the comments down below. I'll try to respond to many of you as possible. And yeah, as always, come on you Spurs.